Hello, St. Thomas's. This is Bill Grech. Hope y'all are doing well. Fortunately, we can't have our mid-year picnic this year and church meeting, so instead of good food, you just have to listen to me talk about numbers. Sorry about that. Anyways, wanted to kind of review again where we started this year at. We had a budget that was going to have a couple increases to it. Primarily, those increases were driven in 4 different areas. First, we were going to add a retirement contribution to our full-time staff. This was partly out of the Vestry's desire to afford for the retirement of our full-time staff, but also it was a diocesan requirement to pay the senior pastor a retirement. So that was a major increase of about $10,000 to $15,000 in our budget. Also, we needed to find a place to stay. When we go back to June, obviously the COVID had hit and we were trying to figure out what to do. We realized that the school district was not going to allow us to use their space, and we began searching for an opportunity to find rental space. So obviously we knew that was coming in, so we had planned a $3,000 a month budget for rental costs. And then finally, we had made the decision after hearing Adam's intention to move on, that we wanted to move to a full-time student minister rather than a part-time position, as we felt like that would enable us to more deeply connect with the youth of the church. And obviously we have Sarah on board now, and we're excited with seeing how that's moving forward. And finally, given the COVID situation and not being able to meet in person, we built up a good bit in our production budget for services, knowing that we were going to have to live stream or tape and distribute through YouTube our services. So that's kind of all in all combined to about a $30,000 increase in our overall budget for the year. And so, but we felt comfortable with that number given last year's revenue coming in, and we're excited to see it going forward. Now, obviously 6 months in, December is obviously always our biggest biggest month of giving. Where do we stand now? Now that we've kind of gotten through December, we can tell you that our revenue is down about 10 to 15% from last year. Given everything that's going on with the economy and stuff, that is not terribly shocking, but it does have a meaningful impact on where we stand. Our costs are in line with our budget. We've experienced areas of cost savings due to COVID, and we are now able to reduce our production costs as we're now in the Stack Center, which we're excited about, and that reduces our need to do a complete video taping of the service. For right now, our cash position is fine. However, looking forward, if we don't have a change in the revenue, if we're still at 90%, it will really eat into our cash by the end of the year and looking into next year. So we really need to look at that area as far as whether we're going to have to reduce any expenses or ministries as we move forward. So that's kind of where we stand on a budget perspective. I think we're really excited about where we are, and I think like we've held to our plan, and we're excited about where things are, but we do just need to be focused on that in this environment to see if, what adjustments we need to make. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Thank y'all for faithfully giving and for just being focused on how we can be ambassadors to those who we work with, play, and learn with. Thanks.
In our ministry as St. Thomas's Anglican Church, we are ambassadors of Christ to those where we live, work, play, and learn. A very practical aspect of that ambassadorship is through giving time, giving energy, and giving money. God did not design our giving to be burdensome. He designed it actually to be a blessing. And it's our response to the grace of God in our lives. Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians 9:7. When we think on what God has done for us, it is an inexpressible gift. Our giving is part of our response to his gift. And when we trust God and his gracious enabling for that giving, the response is not only glorifying him through us, but others will come to glorify him. They will glorify God because of our confession of the gospel of Christ and the generosity of our contribution for them. Also from 2 Corinthians 9. Our giving and generosity has both a practical and a spiritual impact. We give to Nicaragua and we literally feed children in Nicaragua and provide places for them to see Jesus. We give to support our Stack Arts Center and provide space for local artists and arts programs to create beautiful art that glorifies God. And it's a place for us to gather to worship. We pay our staff salaries, and through that God is working mightily, bringing others that would not normally come. Money does impact our peace and our stress. And I often take comfort in David's words in Psalm 37, where he says, I have been young and now am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his children begging for bread. He is ever lending generously, and his children become a blessing. I encourage you, brothers and sisters, and I speak this to myself as well, let us give joyfully in response to God's inexpressible gift through giving to Stack. And then let us see these things that He will do through our giving and generosity.